All this money I be steady chasing, tell these little niggas get on my level. When they G5 sitting on the Russian clip. What it is Ripper Man, and you rocking with the G-Spot Lounge. So turn the speakers up. Let's go.
You done tuned in to the G-Spot, so you on now. Time to turn it up, the mic got the rock to go rebound. Tell them other stations that we don't play. Money coming back like a rebate. I'm in the same spot at the top. 8 o'clock every Sunday. Sing your music in, get your songs played. That fire, that hot blaze. When they turn it up, got something to say. You can call it in like a sick day. Aliens with the intellect, we the hottest set on the internet. Hood cash with the Smith & West, and they holding shells like a bird's nest. Ask around in the shot town, and it goes down. Bring your best out, turn the show out, you don't laugh now. Who the competition, they in time out. Hope you tuning in, cause it's going down in the G-Spot Lounge.
I've made mistakes. Ooh. Some small, some great. Ooh, yeah. Broken, but was saying I'm okay. Losing pieces of me every single day. My affirmations say that I'm gonna be okay, but I'm steady carrying all of this pain. Everything that's holding me down, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. Everything that's holding me down, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. Everything that's keeping me from you, I'm letting it go. Everything that's holding me down, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. Hey. Everything that's holding me down, hey. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. Everything that's holding me down, hey. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. Past hurt, past pain. Life reminds me every single day. Yet grace remains. Yeah. You kept me through all of my pain. I'm more than all of my failures. More than everything that I've been through. I get stronger and wiser. The more that I get closer to you. Everything that's keeping me from you, I'm letting it go. Everything that's holding me down, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go, yeah. Everything that's holding me down, hey, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. Everything that's holding me down, hey, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. Everything that's holding me down, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. Everything that's holding me down, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed by these mistakes I've made in my life. But no matter what I feel like, you tell me I must let go of the guilt, hurt, shame, heartbreak, depression, strongholds and addictions. I'm letting it go. It won't hold me no more. Hurt, shame, guilt, hurt, and shame, break,
Yo, what's up? What's up? Back in the G spot. We've been gone for 3 years. Hey, just because we was gone don't mean that we was extinct or inactive. We've been active doing other things and in other venues. And we got some people from Miami doing it big. Hey, I'm not going to even introduce them. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Thomas Ware, writer, songwriter, producer, and singer.
All right, everybody. This is Rashad Big Dog Brown, actor, producer, manager, project financier.
Hey, big dog, right quick. You know you ain't got to hold on the mic. It ain't gonna go nowhere.
Nah, that's just for comfort, you know.
All right.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Mr. Mickey B, aka Naomi and Amanda's Catering. I'm back.
Okay.
That's good, man. So what bring y'all to the
Now,
shot
before
time?
you go there, are these Miss Naomi's little sandwiches right here?
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait to dig into one.
And these is her little concoction of
Okay.
yellow shots too.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you
That
feeling?
was good.
You feeling pretty
How you
good?
feel?
I ain't felt nothing yet.
Give us some time.
It'll
Give us
kick
some
in,
time.
huh?
Give us some time.
Yeah.
Just a little warm up.
Okay.
So what bring y'all to Chicago, man?
Well, I'll introduce you and let you guys know exactly why we're here in Chicago and what we came to accomplish. This is a business trip for us. So we're bringing Thomas down. He's performing at the exchange ceremony for the diaspora. So yesterday we had a chance to chop it up with Dr. Umar Johnson and exchange some ideas with some of the cultural leaders about the diaspora and how we can strengthen the relationships between the Blacks that are here in America and the Blacks that are in Africa. And he's going to be performing today at the Curing Center.
Okay.
And that performance will be around about 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And so he's going to be opening the show and closing the show. He's the special invited musical guest.
You got the address, so if people want to come out.
I will.
Well, we'll get you the address later on in the show.
Phone here in a minute. But basically, and we're here because we do have some stuff that we want to do on the movie side. We're also here to do an episode of Surviving Entertainment. Well, Thomas, he's going to be talking about the ups and downs and making it in where we started at in rap and how he transferred over to gospel, but it's just as corrupt and wicked in the gospel game as it is in hip hop.
So do you have special people that you targeting to having is it a series or is it a movie?
It's going to be a series.
Okay.
So one of the main people that we got on there is Kerry Kelly, R. Kelly's brother. Okay. And he's telling the history of the Kelly family and the trauma that their family endured. And that's we got 50 Cent on there. Got a few other people that's definitely going to be involved in the project.
Oh, that's what's up. So what's the time frame?
The time, well, we're shooting for a release in 2025.
Okay.
So we're still actually in production right now.
Okay.
And we're definitely here in Chicago to connect with some of our other business partners. And our ultimate goal right now, we're trying to raise $100 million or more to do movies.
That's what's up.
But what we want to do movies that are just great movies. That when you turn it on, you don't see somebody getting killed and twerking. Correct. Just for the sake of views, thinking that's what people want to see.
Correct.
We want to have great content. Thomas is a great writer. We got great writers on our team, and we're gonna put out movies that's just gonna take the Black experience to another level.
That's what's up.
I'll talk enough. I'm gonna let Thomas talk for y'all a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, when you think about like movies from the movie aspect, sorry about that. When we think about the movies from the movie aspect, we don't really get a chance to see the other side of African life in America or outside of it. So for the most part, we've always been portrayed in ways that are negative. And for the most part, we really have adopted that as our true identity here in America. So we really want to try to change that narrative and start to create
a different narrative, paint a different picture of us and the lives that we know from people that don't exactly represent the same way that we've seen inside of movies before.
Okay. So so how long have you been singing?
I've been singing since about the age of 5. I started writing at the age of 8. Music has always been, in my life. My family has a big music background. So it's like, I've kind of just followed suit with what my parents already was doing when they were younger.
That's what's up.
That would have been my next question.
Yeah.
You answered it.
Yeah. Well, my father, he traveled with a band throughout Ohio, and he did a lot of stuff. He was around Joe Jackson a lot. And then my mother, she sung primarily in church, the church background of everything, choirs and stuff like that. So she also had music. So me growing up in the family, in our house, we had a full piano in the living room, piano, drums, guitars, the whole 9 in our living room as a kid. And we grew up, listening to music every single day. It wasn't really a lot of TV watching. It was mainly music being played all day long. You know what I'm saying? So that was basically, my upbringing. David Ruffin is my first cousin from my mother's side of the family. And so our family is like, it's rich, and the cultural setting is really rich in music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you say he your first cousin.
First cousin. Yeah.
So you don't, so it don't run in the blood the where he said, what was it? That bed ain't what was it?
Don't do it.
No, ain't nobody came here to see you, Otis.
Right.
Now that part don't right. Now I might say that on occasion to be funny, just to be funny, but I mean, not for the most part. No.
So how you hook up with Big Dawg?
Remember, Shaw, actually, if I can share that,
Sure.
we kind of linked up in I would say the street life more than anything. Basically drug dealing. We did a lot of club stuff, and at the same time, I was a rapper at the time, and Rashard was already doing a lot of making moves behind the scene. Actually, he came into the picture and kind of started doing a lot of the management stuff in that stage of life. And we just kind of stayed together throughout the years. We always traveled, to different big conventions and stuff like that with music, and did different shows and stuff like that in the club scene. So yeah, that's how we connected, and we just always stayed connected since.
Okay. Now see, this is a message. Like you say, y'all was in the street life, right?
Right.
I mean, we all turn our life around.
Yeah, true.
And everything been successful.
Yeah.
Because I think, in my opinion, if you can push drugs in the street, you can sell anything.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You can
For
flip
sure.
anything.
For sure.
Most
You know.
definitely.
For sure.
But for that type of lifestyle, you have to want change and want better for yourself and for your family. Like when I was listening to your song, it was like a lot of power in your words.
Right.
So that's something that I really truly appreciated.
Yeah.
Everybody don't have that power in their words. If you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
He's anointed to sing. There's a lot of people can sing, but a lot of people don't have that anointing to do it.
Yeah.
And it's my brother. Really one of my best friends for a long time. Like he said, we met. I was the plug at the studio. He was looking for the product, and they introduced him to me. And we just hit it off the first day we met.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was just like we had been friends forever, and we just been rocking it like this. We going on quarter of a century now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
But
thing.
my
That's brotherly
man,
love.
he is a pastor now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a pastor, and the one thing I'm gonna always give him credit for, when he gave his life to God and he became a pastor, he never put pressure on me to
Right.
do anything wrong.
Right.
To change or be that deaf.
Yeah.
It was evident I just was around him a lot, and it rubbed off on me.
Yeah.
And I decided to make some changes in my life just from just being around him. But he never condemned me or told me. He never came at me any kind of way crazy about the stuff. And it took a while. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't no overnight conversion.
So
That's growth.
So in other
Yeah.
words, he don't look at you differently
Right.
Nah, he didn't.
Right.
versus him being a pastor. You know,
Right.
he's not coming at you saying, "Oh, you better get yourself right." And
Nah,
you know,
he never did that.
But see,
That's good.
that's what's good, man. It's like people got to come to realization. After a while, the street life is boring.
Right.
Then, like now, in my opinion, you don't even need to be in the street life because it's like
Yeah.
everybody cutthroating each other.
Yeah.
You know,
And, you know, I think there's a difference too. Like, we did it because there was really not a whole lot of other options.
Right.
Different avenues.
Right.
Yeah, but these kids, they
They got
so many
options,
different
man.
options.
Right.
They got a lot of options.
So
Right.
many different,
Yeah.
you know. And I think a lot of people, they do it for fame. They're not doing it for a hustle and a
Because
grind to
they
make
need
money.
it. Right.
They're doing
Right.
it for street cred.
Yeah, because
And
they
we
get
weren't doing
on
it for the street cred.
on
We were doing it to
YouTube.
put bread on the table, you know.
Right. And they go on YouTube and brag about it. It's
Yeah.
like, who
Yeah.
does that?
Yeah.
You know, you trying to move quietly. You know, they broadcasting.
Right.
You know what? I think the big picture and the lessons that we really can learn from it is really that, you know, culture is established by what they see and what they hear. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so in our culture, we've made it completely okay, and we made it the thing to do the crime and to get online and brag about it because you've seen somebody else do it. It's the popular thing to do. And but they don't think, they're not
Right.
using their head. You know what I'm saying? They don't know
Yeah.
the real repercussion to what they've done.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot of times, man, you know, lives at this point, lives are really not, there's no value to life like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like there's no real value when you don't have anything to really
Mhm.
wage against, you know what I'm saying, about what you're going to be missing if you lose your life or you lose somebody. It's like, you know, it's worthless to it.
Right.
So yeah, so that's the culture that we're in, but that's up to, you know, it leaves it on what I would say the OGs now to now change that, you know, help reach back now and change what these younger guys think like, what they act like.
But
you know,
I think that's hard because
It
a lot
is.
of these guys that's claiming gangs, they actually not in
they're not
gangs.
gang.
They didn't
Nah,
go through the initiation. They didn't
Nah.
go through the literature. You
nah.
know, they didn't
Yeah.
go through none of that. Only
Right.
thing they is because they live on that block and that's their neighborhood and that's
Right.
what they claiming.
Right.
But now everybody clicking up. You
Yeah.
got this gang with this gang that's in this gang to
Yeah.
form this bigger gang. It's like back then it wasn't like that.
No,
Right.
you was
You
one
know?
or the other.
Right,
And
right.
That's it. Yeah.
It's lacking guidance. Like, where's the true
Right.
leadership?
And that's what I'm saying.
Where's
Yeah.
the true guidance? Like, guide them to a real direction
Right.
versus saying, "Hey, oh, well, you can rap over here. Just say this and say that." But it's like basically you're just putting words together and you think you got a song.
Right.
But what's the true meaning behind what you are saying and what you stand for
Yeah.
as a person?
Yeah.
First and foremost, as a man and female.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people got to really pay attention to
Yeah.
the diversity of that.
Yeah, I look at a lot of stuff, you know, from a spiritual standpoint, but I also like to go back to like my, you know, the study of science in the middle of all of this. Like when you talk about psychology, you know what I'm saying? Behaviors are mostly embraced or reinforced by what reward you get. You know what I'm saying? And so in this culture, the reward is heavy for anyone with an ignorant mind state. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's like now, no, there's no rules. Nobody rolls by the rules. Nobody sticks to any of that now because it's like you get rewarded with followers. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You get
Right.
rewarded with you know what I'm saying,
I
with a
get it.
name out there, you know, some popularity. And a lot of these kids don't have any type of family structure that they've ever been rewarded in a positive manner. So now anything negative that they do gives them the attention that they really want.
Yeah,
You know what I
craving for
mean?
that attention.
So it's making it concrete. The actions are concrete for them.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that we want to do with the music and the movies that we're putting out is to have a message,
Right.
a real message. And, you know, just not shock and awe, but when they hear the music, when they watch the content that we're doing on podcasts, on movies, on television shows, that they walk away with something that can transform their life. We got a seed in a message that's going to touch their heart.
Right.
And I agree. And you know, and I'm a prime example because Earl will tell you when we first got in here, man, we was wild. You
Yeah.
know, before you know, we got married and everything. It's
Okay.
like, man, we had women in here, we had porn chicks in here,
Yeah.
we had some everybody, and Earl be
feel you,
saying,
brother.
"Look, man, y'all cut that out," you know, and he be looking, but you know, he
Yeah.
you know, but
Yeah.
you know, and it all comes with growth. I mean, you know, after a while, that's just like the music scene has completely changed.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
I reached out to every artist here, and you know, back then, I'm just listening to the music. I didn't know it
Okay.
was an actual lifestyle.
Right.
So when I started recognizing it was a lifestyle and these people was getting killed, that's one reason I stopped doing the show, because I didn't want people coming here saying we live and then they waiting for everybody when we leave here or
Right.
shooting up
I
here.
get it. Yeah, I
You know,
get it.
Yeah.
So it's like everything is a 360 now. You
Right.
know, I'm like the Bee Gees. I'm trying to stay
But
alive.
you know, but to have a platform that can definitely impact lives, brother, you got to do it. I mean, you don't know who you're gonna touch,
Right.
and
Right.
and at the moment when you're doing it, you have no clue the vastness of what you're saying and what it's going to go out if we put out the right messages.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because some
Right.
brothers, they need to hear this, because a lot of them don't have that father figure. A lot of them don't have that mentor in their lives. And I
Correct.
think one of the big things that we've recognized, we're going to shift gears here just a little bit for you. Because the song y'all were just listening to, Letting It Go, it touches on mental health.
Right.
And a lot of the issues that we're dealing with in our community.
Yeah.
When I say power in the words, I heard it.
Yes.
So I understand where
So,
you're coming
and we
from.
feel that it's a lot of people. One of our mantras that we say, you will never heal the man or woman until you heal the little child, the little boy, the little girl who got hurt.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
that's one of the
Yeah.
things that we're dealing with, childhood trauma.
Yeah.
And a lot of these kids are acting up because they were dealt heavy childhood trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the adult that's raising them was dealt that hand. And so they just kind of like rubbing it all off and
Yeah.
pouring that into their child.
Right.
And so that's why when you listen to my music, like I have some songs that can really cater to the church, quote unquote. But my primary goal is to reach people who don't necessarily go to church. You know what I'm saying? It's really life music, you know,
Right.
life music,
Yeah.
stuff that will affect people in a way that changes them positively. Because when I think of like the music that I do, I think of it, that's the biggest form of evangelism. I believe that a singer that professes Christ, especially, you know what I'm saying, that they're professing this religion, it's like this is the biggest form of evangelism you're ever gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So people are gonna hear your voice in places you've never touched foot in. You know, and may
Tell us
never
some of the
meet them.
countries
You know what I mean?
that you're getting
So,
feedback from.
Yeah. I mean Pakistan, the places in Africa, Europe. I've even had people out of what was it? Guatemala.
We had
Guatemala,
to Google a couple of countries that we never
Yeah,
heard of.
never heard them
before,
there.
you know?
Yes. Like I mean, just reaching out and just saying how much they were touched by the music. You know what I'm saying, and how big of a fan they were of what I do. And so you know that's like my goal. You know, my goal is to do just that, man, because music is so powerful. And so if you notice, like with my songs, I put a lot of my focus is not on anything more than the message. I want to make sure that I put words together that actually take people on journeys. You know what I'm saying? Like if you listen to those songs I do, it takes people on journeys because I focus on that. I want a real quality message put together. Like one of my major education spots for me, I've always been a person that loved words. You know what I'm saying? I love words, and so words have so much power in them. So if you could put words together in a way that they deliver a message where people can receive it without being offended, you know what I mean? Just to be able to receive that message, and it sneaks in on them. You know what I mean? And it's like, and it'll change lives. It can really change lives because if you see this culture like we see the culture right now, those are words that these kids have learned a lot of this stuff through music.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to touch on that, like Big Dog was saying, you know, some raised fatherless, but in my opinion, I think it's a choice. And the reason I'm saying that because I was raised without my father.
Right.
You know, I was in the street for a little bit, but it's like, nah, this ain't for me.
Right.
You know, I had cousins, still got cousins, uncles that got positions, you know, but you know, it's like everybody choose their path.
They didn't.
Right.
You know,
Now,
and
I want to ask you, in growing up, did you have uncles and grandfathers? So like with me, my biological father was not there, never. But I noticed that my granddaddy and my uncles paid special attention to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen that they poured it. I never knew why. I was always the favorite grandson. I was always the favorite nephew. And then when I did get a stepdad, you know, he poured into me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I did make some mistakes, I did have some structure, and I did know the difference between right and wrong. So a lot of stuff, yeah, I did make bad choices.
But
I knew better.
But the thing is, like between like with me and you, we was raised that way, you know, but we drifted out here to the streets because that looked good.
Right.
But at the same time, you come back because it's still inculcated in you to walk that path.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But
that's funny because I was just about to say, man, there's a scripture that kind of pins that. It says, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they get old, they won't depart from it. And that's really, now here's the thing, and this is what I really want to get you to see, is that a lot of times we put that only on the positive end of things, but that actually goes also for the negative end of things too. And so when you say, I had those uncles and father figures, people who dropped seeds in your life, the truth is those things were like, those were guardrails in your life. So it's like when you did stray and start going off the edge a bit, those guardrails remind you of what you was taught somewhere along the way. You know what I'm saying? It might not be too much later in life after you've done all the crazy stuff you could possibly do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But somewhere along the way, you're just like the prodigal son when you wake up in the pig pen and you're like, wait a minute, man, I don't belong here, man. I'm better than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I doing this? I was taught better than that. And so even though on the negative side of things, when you start thinking about it, there's so many kids who have not had any positive manner. And this is why it's so important that when we get a chance to run into some of these young cats, we always try to say something. If, you know, I don't look for a quick conversion. I just look to drop a seed. If I could drop a seed, a positive seed somewhere, then that positive seed is guaranteed to be with them forever, no matter what. They'll remember that somewhere along the way. And most of these young cats, man, they've been given so much negative seed in their life young to where they don't know how to hear or see anything wrong with what they're doing. You know what I mean?
That we see on the right track, but when you sit down and have a conversation, but they done went through so much trauma. They got stuff so jacked up. And what I wanted to build on when I asked you that question, bro, because we're a product of parents and stuff from the 60s. These kids are product of people from the 2000s. Now look at it. This is 50. This like 5 generations. I mean 5 decades of dysfunction. That's why they so bad, bro. We was the beginning of it.
That was the era of mothers going to the club with their daughters. You know what I'm saying?
They built, bro.
Right.
That's why it's so bad.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Like even for myself, being raised by a big mama. We talking about a big mama.
Right.
Country.
Right.
These kids don't know nothing about
No.
Look at that. Look at they on a picture on Instagram right now. Mama, daughter, and granddaughter. They all posing and twerk. You see what I'm saying?
In the club together.
So that's what we. This is like a generational genocide that we see.
But see, that's what society wants to portray. This is what society wants everybody to view as, oh, this is the norm.
And it's not.
And like you just
and that's even like us, you know, like I was saying, I had porn chicks and everything, you know, back then it was like, oh yeah. Now, you know, somebody doing it, I feel kind of embarrassed, you know, that they doing that kind of stuff or talking, you know, but you know, sometimes you might say, well, okay, you know, you don't.
A lot of the things I did when I was in the streets, I didn't see anything wrong with it. When I was doing it,
right.
I seen and was not fearful of the repercussions or consequences, and I knew what they were.
It could have been survival for you though.
It was, That's how I looked at it. But you know, I could have made a lot better choices.
Exactly.
Right. So I think now what I can do is use the experiences that I had to pour into somebody else.
And I could tell you now, you know, I've been a couple times. Jail ain't for me. That ain't no way I want to spend my life. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a free bird.
Right.
Get out of here.
Because sometimes being in the house too long, you like, man, I can't take this. Let me go out for a walk.
Right.
You know, being locked up like that, man.
It's nothing good about it, brother.
Yeah.
You know, and we got a great opportunity here, brother. I mean, with the music, with the movies, to enrich some people's lives, And we have a great opportunity, brother, to put out a message to show there's a better way to do it. And we could create jobs.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? By doing the things that we're doing. And that'll give. So a lot of these young cats got dreams, bro.
Yeah.
Have you really sat down and talked with some of them? They don't know how to get there.
No path.
They don't got a roadmap.
Right.
But see, that's the thing. That's why I had my show. It was mainly for independent artists, but I started dealing with major artists.
Right.
So this was free. I didn't charge nobody. I never charged food, drinks, everything was free.
Yeah.
All people had to do was come in, show up, tell their story. We promote their music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you got people that they own here, they won't even promote it.
Right.
So it becomes that they don't want that. Now, if I was charging $200, people would try to come in, and people don't look at.
They don't value us free.
Right.
I call it free 99.
Yeah.
They don't value us.
Yeah.
So
and,
different.
And then it's like, oh, turn the whatever the station is. I'm gonna have an interview. They don't realize after that interview is over, you'll never hear it again. Here, you can go back and play it. You can listen to, you know, how you sound, everything.
Saying that, we went back and looked at the interview me and you did 3 years ago.
Oh man,
and how prophetic some of the stuff that was said in that interview. It's crazy.
But we was drinking too, man.
Yeah, but the truth come out when you drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And speaking of movies, man, like what movies you been involved in, acted in, and produced?
Oh wow. So as far as the latest movies that I've done, we did Riff, which is out. It's streaming right now. You can catch that one on Showtime, Amazon. We just did Scavenger Hunt with Lisa Wu. Yeah. Thomas is in that one with me. Thomas is also in Riff. I think about 5 or 6 of the movies I'm in, he's been in it.
Okay.
We just did In the Natural.
Okay.
And we got our own production. We're shooting called Hush.
Okay.
That's a great film. And I also have the Big Dawg and Woo show with Lisa Wu.
Okay.
Yeah, our podcast and
so it's gonna be a podcast.
It's a reality TV show slash podcast. We doing different things and just going out, going places and entertaining and having a great time with the people.
That's good. Yeah. Hey man, so how can we Hood Cash, G Spot Lounge, Hood Cash Radio be down with y'all, man, on some of these movies and projects?
Bro, we looking to collaborate with anybody, bro. We're gonna build a bridge from Florida to Chicago.
All right, that'll work.
Just the same way we built that bridge from Florida to Atlanta. We were just talking this morning that we got to Atlanta, that took us to this level. So for us to go to that next level we're going to, we're going to be definitely connecting with the people here in Chicago. Yeah,
and that's where we met in the line. That's where I met y'all.
Yeah. So, and actually, Thomas was there that night.
Right. Yeah. And see, and I knew him and met him, but until he said that when I talked to you the other day, I didn't recognize that was
the same dude.
Right. Yeah.
Usually, if you see me, you gonna see him.
I'm just usually really quiet.
Yeah.
I'm really quiet. I only gotta talk to everybody in the building.
Right.
Laid back, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break.
All right.
All right. Let me try to find a song. Man, I ain't did this in so long, man.
I'm ready to try one of these sounds.
Help you sound?
All right, we'll be back.
Excellence.
Pump up, 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 pump up. Joe, you gotta have the speed of a cheetah to make a non-believer be a believer. Coming with lyrics that be keeping it pumping. Niggas leaving somebody better be waking them up. Better believe me, we breaking that shit like taking a dump, making it bump, shaking the ground, breaking the sound, bury your clowns up in the ground. It sounds scary, you loud. Whenever we getting down, you're bound to get drowned. So better not come around our area, pal. Look at how we punish with patterns, hit it with nouns. Going in, going to town, giving them vows. Get into the grammar, we metaphorically murder it to the melody, killing off all the rappers around. Cause it don't get no better than this. Ain't nobody messing with wreck, never a twist. Coming through the spit and quickly get your pissed and flip the script like Mr. Mitsuplex. I'm a beast like Twister with the pistol grip. I can teach you speech, you need the re-enlist. I release the ether, weakness can't resist. Take a meat to meet the reaper, we insist. Hoping that it get you pumped up, but don't get the acting to get the lacking to get you lumped up. Get the black and smacking the master to what's up for a pickle bill, duke him and let him know he done fucked up. Pump up. Pump up, 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 pump up. Yeah, tell me how you figure you can get it with the illest Illinois boys and reservoir doors to put the bomb on your noggin, explode your thoughts, secure against about how we come across. Dropped off the top and go Chicago out, fuck around without this, that, and now. Rubber rounds is down to go and get on the mountain, pitch something out for you step into the house. No, it's TW, it's the record, never gonna excel products that get your head up like a Learjet somewhere over. Double homers call it F5, arrive alive in the coma when it touch down. Gonna pump up, resuscitate, jump start right away, back to the business, baby. And the paper chase, chop niggas up in Chi-Town, get a PO, so let's hit them when they play games. They want no smoke with us, no, they ain't on what we be on it all. Still gonna give you what you was on for sure. Go ahead, pump up and do like the song. Yeah, they want no smoke with us, no, they ain't on what we be on it all. Still gonna give you what you was on for sure. Go ahead, pump up and do like the song. Pump up, 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 pump up. Have you ever seen the ripple in the effect of a triple threat to a nigga? I can pickle till he see that the nigga play the stickle. We wanna hit you, kickle, let out a missile, type of bullet thick as a pickle. The style of a 50 caliber, shoot him up like Gallagher, killing a Finny challenger, fucking his balance up a piranha to a halibut. Cause it's the new 3 times dope. When you hear us all, you know you got a cut, we gon' violently win. I'm a blend of these two niggas, look at the way I'm applying these gems. A combination of both, when I spit a verse, I am these men. So alone, I am Siamese twin. Address me as direct never. And if you gotta address me, make sure it's never direct. Another level I'm at, cause I'm a hybrid of 2 of the best. I'm like a one-man crew in the flesh. Call me triple conflict. And if that don't suit you, call me crucial darkness. Niggas just don't know. I'm a desperado from Chicago, macking and I'm heartless. Other words are coming cold hard. So you better get your money because don't nobody brag on the zero. Flying in the jag like a Neo. My city gon' get it whether it be a shake bag or a kilo. Twister, make you pump up, 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 pump up.
They say it's new competition. Well, that's old news. All this money, I be steady chasing. Telling some niggas get on my level. When it
All of these reflections, they telling me that every failure's bottled up on the inside of me. I'm smiling on the outside, but the forecast in my mind is rain, 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 go away. Everybody say, boy, enjoy the vanity, while I'm fighting on the inside for my sanity. They say a man should shut up, deal with the trauma, suck it up. But I'd rather live in my truth than die here. I've shrugged the pain off a million times like I've been down this road before. Asking God, keep my mind, I don't want to live behind a lie no more. I am just one man, speaking for millions. When I see my reflection, all I see is brokenness. The face in the mirror reminds me of my failure. But I am just one man, speaking for millions. I am just one man, looking in the mirror. Oh, mirror, 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 mirror. Now when a woman goes to therapy, they say that's okay. But since a boy, they told me be a man, stick your chest out. Now that I'm older, everything has changed. My wife says that she needs a man that knows how to show love and transparency. But the world is telling me enjoy the vanity. I'm fighting on the inside for my sanity. They say a man should shut up, deal with the drama, suck it up. But I'd rather live in the truth than die here. I've shrugged the pain off a million times like I've been down this road before. Asking God, keep my mind, I don't want to live behind a lie no more. I am just one man, speaking for millions. When I see my reflection, all I see is brokenness. The face in the mirror reminds me of my failure. But I am just one man, speaking for millions. I am just one man, looking in the mirror. Oh, mirror, mirror, mirror. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Mirror, mirror, if they say that I'm made, there's a shore filled with trouble. Oh, I am just one man, speaking for millions. When I see my reflection, all I see is brokenness. The face in the mirror reminds me of my failure. But I am just one man, speaking for millions. I am just one man, looking in the mirror. Oh, mirror, mirror, mirror. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Mirror, mirror, mirror. I'm looking in the mirror.
Giving you down, lifting you up, showing you love. Hey, you my sunshine, popping for me, shopping on me overseas. You my baby, rocking with me, splitting the feet, brushing the feet. You my lady, popping for me, shopping on me overseas. Hey, you my sunshine.
Big loaf to her, walk 100. She stay close like an even race running. Popular bag, popular jag, we running. Muscle car to the money, no play around. I love Shorty cause she know how to count it out. Love family and she thug it out. Hard moves stay consistent, she love my existence. Water game resistant, real game in my bubble. Sketching down monopoly moves, chess game won't lose. Body bag, I know some dudes, put her in some custom shoes. Loving that she loving life, pretty soul, arch right. Book smart, dedicated to see your seed make it. It's hard out here, hit the grind with a smile. Bath water ready, I'ma leave with a smile. Cause when you get out, pound to the town. Relax your body, turn your frown to a smile. Hey.
Giving you down, lifting you up, showing you love. Hey, you my sunshine, popping for me, shopping on me overseas. You my baby, rocking with me, splitting the feet, brushing the feet. You my lady, popping for me, shopping on me overseas. Hey, you my sunshine.
Baby, help me up at my lowest point. Bounce back now, I'm starting at the point. She cook good in the morning, no asking. Big dungeon crab, garlic, real lasting. She bought me cars and clothes. She showed me something different. Dull mind now sharper than a porcupine. The reason for that, I was locked up getting no starter time. But baby was there. Packages in JPay, baby is rare. So I blessed it with pairs. Etc., etc. She know hands like a Tesla. Park me at the Hilton, embrace me with fruit. Sunshine, one of a kind, stacking loose. Kick back for me in glass, then salute. I love my boo, and she love me too. Hey, I love my boo, and she love me too. Hey,
giving you down, lifting you up, showing you love. Hey, you my sunshine, popping for me, shopping on me overseas. You my baby, rocking with me, splitting the feet, brushing the feet. You my lady, popping for me, shopping on me overseas. Hey, you my sunshine.
What's up? What's
Should've
up?
came.
We back. We've been snacking and taking
Snacking.
Jello shots.
Snacking.
What do we have here, Miss Tamika B? What do we have here?
Okay, you have, of course, you have gourmet deli sandwiches,
Which
different
were
meats,
delicious.
of course,
Yeah, they was delicious.
and you also have red cream cheese, red velvet cupcakes.
And they heavy. They weigh like 2 pounds. One cupcake. But they sitting good right now.
That's
They're delicious though.
Thank
And
you,
I
thank you.
thank you for all the great food and the Jello shots. They're amazing.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
y'all gonna sleep like a baby tonight.
What?
No, we finna go to work.
I
But I'm
got-
saying when y'all come
We're
back,
going to work after this.
I'm
We're
gonna be
gonna be
sleepwalking.
don't miss y'all flight in the
At work.
morning.
Nah.
Oh
nah.
man.
I think somebody preaching tomorrow.
Oh man. I don't know who.
If you have an event, make sure you
Oh,
let your girl know.
what is the address
Yeah,
for the curing center?
I'm finna pull it
Oh,
up
the
for you.
address.
Let me know.
The address
I travel
says
as well.
5628 West Washington Boulevard.
We're going to be on 5628 West Washington Boulevard in beautiful Chicago, Illinois.
At what time?
At the Curing Center. Tonight at 5 p.m.
Oh, you better make sure you let people know if it's free 99 or not.
No, it's not free 99.
Oh, okay.
Those tickets cost $30.
And I know y'all got $30,
Yeah.
you know, because y'all be
For the cause.
y'all be
Yes,
spending
okay.
more than $30 on the sack.
On everything.
Yep. So y'all come on through and chop it up.
It's gonna be a good event
Need
though. It's
sound,
gonna be
man. I'm
well
not
worth
plugged
it
up.
for sure.
Huh?
It might have popped out.
What's-
Yeah. It'll be well worth it though for sure.
Okay.
What you need?
Mike, my headphones. Hey, brother, my headphone came out. Oh, you got
He
it?
was chewing and eating
my
and
people
twisting and
online-
snatched it out.
Enjoying too much.
I know people that pop online like, oh man, he's so unprofessional eating while he's in an interview. Man, this is the right way to have an interview right here.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is how we do it all the time, though. But see,
Yeah.
Earl is being awful courteous because he said, "Hey, bring your food in here."
Uh-oh.
And that's the new.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you,
new.
Earl.
Yeah.
When did you start doing that, Earl?
Just
Yesterday.
today.
Hey, that's the quality.
Well, I
that's the
appreciate it,
quality,
Earl.
the quality of the music
right.
and the conversation. You know, we
Yeah.
doing something different here.
Hey, now for your what's the next film you working on?
Now, this next 6 months gonna be crazy on the movie tip.
Yeah.
I got a. We're gonna do Meet Me in Mexico with Kevin Hart,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also gonna do a movie called Free Agents with 50 Cent.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna be playing retired NFL players,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna go rob all the NFL owners.
That should be pretty good.
So, like me and 50 and this other group of guys, we're gonna go get this Jerry Jones type guy,
Mm-hmm.
and we all broke. We
Right.
played in the league for years, and we all broke.
Okay.
So we rallied together to say, you know, we put in all that work, all our bodies are broken down. They made all this money. Let's go get that money back.
Right.
So it's gonna be a great
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
film. We do have some stuff that we're gonna do in house.
Mhm.
You know, one of the ones that we talked about was Hush, and I'm gonna let Thomas tell y'all about Hush because he wrote Hush.
Say what now?
Let Thomas tell y'all about Hush because he wrote Hush.
So Hush is a movie that is basically two brothers who, when they were children, the parents were plagued by a dark secret that was like witchcraft on a book. That in this book was actually a book that if you read the book, it actually would suck your soul out the more you read the words in the book. It's basically a spell. Wow. And so it was a curse meant to take away the family's bloodline, like to kill everyone. And so it's going to come down to a big fallout where it's good against evil pretty much. And by the end of the book, I don't want to give you too much information on it because it'll really tell you that I want you to have a little bit of suspense left inside of the book. It's really a good movie.
Well, The other movies I support you
Hey,
on,
Judy,
but I don't deal with all that kind of stuff.
You
You
don't
know,
do
I
that?
don't even watch that kind of
you
stuff.
scared? You don't know, man.
No,
Don't say
no,
that.
hold on. It ain't that I'm scared.
Yeah,
It's because I'm from Detroit originally.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
My father got into that kind of stuff. That's why we left.
Right.
Yeah,
to be
okay.
It's
here.
real.
Well, we
I
know
know it's real.
Yeah, it's
I
real.
know it ain't that
Yeah.
I'm
That's
saying
right.
it's not real. I know it's real,
Right.
but
Yeah.
the thing is, nothing
even
like
wanna
nothing.
play with it.
Right? Nothing like that even move me. It don't
Yeah,
even touch me in any
right.
kind of way.
I'm
Yeah.
with
You know, so it's like certain things I just don't play with. You
I
know what I'm
feel
saying?
you. I feel you, man.
But
You
the
know,
other movies sound good.
yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Oh yeah.
So so Florida, when you go down the Florida side, between the south and the southern part of the U.S., that's like the norm. So it's like
What do you
for
mean the norm?
the norm, like witchcraft and things of
Oh,
that nature.
wow.
It's the norm. So like for instance, like my wife's father, he was a well sought out, very highly sought out, flew all over the country, witch doctor. And so like we growing up, we saw a lot of these real spell things happen to people in their lives throughout time. So it's really like a reality movie, but the reality of the movie, by the end of that movie, is scripture against witchcraft, basically. And so it has a turnout that puts us back in the perspective of saying, wow, the power of God was more powerful than anything that could come against it. So yeah, it really does have a big purpose to it. We don't just leave it like open-ended where it's like, okay, it's just witchcraft wins again type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it has a big meaning to it.
Look, I don't want to get
and the storyline is really great. So like when you read the storyline, it'll take you'll travel through this storyline. It's gonna have you on like laughter. It's a lot of laughter, but at the same time, it's gonna be a whole lot of like suspense.
Okay.
You know, one of the projects that we're working on is going to really touch home with Chicago is the Lord Forgive Us All project with Carrie Kelly. And it's going to dive real deep into the childhood of the Kelly family and a lot of the trauma that they went through as kids to tell you why they ended up like they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
They never healed or fixed those traumatized kids.
That's going to be compelling.
And it's going to be a great series. And I mean, we are so fortunate to land that project in our hand. I'm going to be executive producing on that. Thomas is going to be acting in it.
Okay.
So it's going to be a really, really great project. We're working with a lot of guys out right here in Chicago. Christopher Rawls, John Hill, of course, Carrie Kelly. And that's one of the projects that we're really, really looking forward to. So y'all gonna be seeing us here in Chicago a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
So you gonna put us in the movies too, man?
Oh yeah.
You know that's how I do it, you know.
Yeah, we don't want to
be
just catering. Then you be like, okay, y'all can get out of here now. We full.
I like the way you plugged in the catering too. That was smooth. So yeah, well, definitely
We travel too. We travel.
Yeah. So you know, we want to shoot some of it in Atlanta.
Okay.
And we're gonna definitely shoot some of it here in Chicago and pay homage back to you guys here. Yeah. So
how overall how's your trip been here?
Man, I love it.
Love it.
Would you want to move here?
I could definitely spend some time here.
In the summer?
Yeah.
In the summer?
In the summer. Big dog don't like cold weather at all.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
But I was looking online.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually not online, but I was reading some of the books, like the visitor books at the hotel, and it talked about you guys have some like really nice riverside, like waterfront areas that are real nice. See, that's the big caveat for me when it comes to Florida. Like that's why I love Florida so much. But being up here, if I could have access, as long as I got access to the water at some point close by, you know what I'm saying? I could spend some time in any spot like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really, I mean, oh man, the food has been a lot.
Oh my God, don't mention the food.
We tried the deep dish pizza.
Where did y'all go?
We went to Magnati's, and then we went to
bro.
Harold's Chicken, which was crazy.
My favorite.
Oh man, that mild sauce and hot sauce.
Yeah, man, it was
Oh
good.
man, that was
Real
crazy.
good.
And so these guys, they want to take me to get this Italian beef dip sandwich this evening.
Okay.
With the hot peppers.
With the hot peppers and stuff.
I ain't messing with that.
They said that's the last of the.
It do sound good though.
The what you got to have here when you come to Chicago.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, that's what's up.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to trying that.
Okay.
And what we've had here today
Yeah.
with these incredible sandwiches and the cupcakes and the jello shots, there's been some good eating here.
Yeah.
I'm a foodie.
So my wife saw that video too with pizza. She was crazy about it. So what I did was she said, "Oh, I can't believe you would show that video after I said I really wanted some deep dish pizza." So what I did was I went online and I saw where they actually could order the pizza from Luminati's.
Mhm.
So I ordered her the 4-pack of deep dishes, and I had it shipped overnight to her. So when she got home the next day, it was sitting there waiting on her. So she was like, "Oh, okay."
Aw.
Well, I got my cool points back.
Oh, you got the cool points on.
Oh my goodness.
That's beautiful. How long have you been married?
Coming into 16 years now.
Oh,
that's good.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Children?
16 years. Yes, 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oldest?
Oldest is actually 22.
Oh,
Right.
go ahead.
Yeah, the youngest is 9. So the youngest is 9. So
Okay.
we're done though. But yeah, the 4. That's good to know. But I'm loving it.
Any children for you, big dog?
I got 6.
Oh, okay.
I got 6 kids, 11 grandkids.
You have grandchildren?
Yes, I do.
That's
Oh.
beautiful.
But you needed to sit down and retire from the
Right.
streets.
Oh, man.
What they call you? What's your nickname?
Papa.
That's his name too, Papa.
Yeah, they call me Papa.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wait a minute,
yeah.
how many kids do y'all have?
I have 6.
No, not you. How many do y'all have?
All
That's
together?
3. That's 5.
Okay.
5. Okay.
Awesome.
Yep.
The youngest?
Youngest is
23.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
y'all all the way out the cage.
Well,
Oh, man.
for me, the greatest thing in the world is being a dad.
Yeah.
There's no greater thing than that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard for me to adapt to the word pawpaw.
I had that same stigma also.
The transition
And I
of
had-
life, bro.
It was funny because like my oldest daughter, man, she is my heart. She really loved. I mean, she loved her. She loved her daddy so much, man. It blows my mind
Yeah.
how much she loved me. And when her kids would call me granddad, it was just like
You got to get used
it
to
was
it.
something. It would blow my mind, and I just like and I had to really like pray about like God, help me to
To
receive
grasp
this.
it, right.
You know,
Because
when it
when
was
you-
something I dealt with, had to deal with. It was really a psychological thing to deal with.
But still, that's even like when you get a certain age, like me 50, no. No. You know, and that sometimes is rough. You say, well, man, I can't run like I used to.
The eyesight goes,
Yeah.
hair grow, and I mean everything goes.
being a grandparent is amazing. I
Yeah,
always
man.
tell my husband, I'm waiting for my grandkids to come over. Granny, Mom, can I come over? Sure.
When you leaving?
Yeah.
Exactly. What you
So
like?
I grasped it. We got a lot of them.
And you know what? And I almost died a few years ago because she was like, "You want to have another baby?" And I grabbed my heart, almost killed me, almost took me out of here.
Yeah,
My wife keeps
saying that. My wife keeps saying
I think I want one more. But my youngest is 7.
That's starting all the way.
That's what I said.
My youngest is 7.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not grandchild, child.
Ooh, I like my sleep.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Hey, and I like my money.
Yeah, right. That's what I said, bro. That's what I said.
You know, just looking at my oldest daughter, she like 32. Like I said, ballpark range.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man.
I was looking at, the prices of stuff when she was born.
Wow.
And then the prices of stuff for my 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Big difference. Bro.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
Big difference.
It was like I collect superheroes, like back then when you could take the costumes and gloves off.
Right.
I remember my mother would be on my back. I say, have 2 or 3 in the cart. She was like, I'm not paying for that. And it was only $3 then. That was at Kmart.
Right.
Yeah.
The collection I have, it's like you paying like $100 per figure.
Right.
And the value goes up. And it's like, if she would have bought them for me,
Right.
I could have gave her a few dollars.
Wow.
Right.
I could have paid her the money back.
Yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah. Wow, man, that's great.
Inflation, but I pretty much thought about just like how we could build for the future. I think a lot of stuff that we're working on, what I love about it so much with the movies and the music is the residual income.
Yeah.
That our great grandkids and children that we will never see will benefit off of what we're doing now.
Right.
Correct.
Because we're gonna own the rights to this.
Now,
And it'll be with our families.
Now, like you said, what you're doing now is to build for a generation.
Right. For generational wealth.
Now, at the way this world is going,
Mm-hmm.
do you think it's going to last that long for that generation to benefit from that?
Well, it's going to take an educational piece to go with it,
but do you think we can do it, or a higher power?
Right.
It's coming from a higher power.
Oh, it's going to come from a higher power. Do I think the Lord Jesus coming anytime soon? No, not right now. Not in our lifetime. I don't believe it in our lifetime he's coming. But so that's why we got to prepare these next generations to receive what we're doing and then build on it and take it to an even higher level. So that's where we're at with it. So the financial literacy and the things that we need to teach this next generation, bro, we got to get on it.
Now
it's necessary.
Now, you said that that you don't think it'll be in our lifetime and he's not coming now.
Right.
So Book of Revelations, everything is lining up right there. So it's only a few more prophecies that will be fulfilled.
Well, and I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons I know he's not coming in my lifetime. Because some of the prophecies that I've been given, that what I'm gonna do is gonna be for 4 generations. So I'm definitely not gonna be here if it's gonna be for 4 generations after me. I see 2 of them, 2 generations right now I can see. So it's 2 more generations at least where God, I've been given prophetically that blessing gonna fall for at least 4 generations. So and I've had 2 separate prophets tell me that that didn't know each other at all. So I know it was nothing but the word of God. And,
but how you know?
How do I know?
Yeah,
I just have faith in it. But these are things that I prayed about, and
you have faith in them?
No,
or
in God?
Yeah,
in God, because I know when I get a word, and I know if it lines up with what God has already put in my heart.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, I feel God, he talks to all of us.
But how?
How he talks to us? When you get ready to do something, and you know the difference between right and wrong, right?
Absolutely.
Where do you think that's coming from?
Well, to answer your question, how I know that he speaks to me is through his word. Is by reading every day.
Reading his word,
taking in that
praying.
spiritual food.
And
that's first and foremost.
We do that.
That's the greatest breakfast you could have.
Right.
In the day.
Yes.
In the day. Once you take in that knowledge, you take that knowledge and tell the next person, the next generation. That's what planting that seed is with the next generation. So they will know. They won't be surprised.
Right.
Or they won't be misled or misguided by the wrong information, especially if it's spiritual knowledge.
Right. So I know that the Holy Spirit, he resides in us. Right. And those hunches and those little things that we know, the right or wrong, that is the Spirit of the Lord talking to us.
Good and bad.
Good
and once you on that good path, everything changes. Everything meaning, you know what I'm saying? You might think you're doing good then, but when you change and do that 360,
you're gonna go through hell and high water.
Oh,
It's a part of the process. It's a part of it.
It's so important. I think one. I'm sorry, I keep on forgetting to lean forward. I think it's so important to be in that Word of God, because it's like, it's so many things that our mind and our desires can overtake what God is telling us through his word in so many ways. And it's so accurate, man, how you said, it changes us so much. I remember when my actual event of finally stopping everything that I was doing. It was so amazing. I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment. And in that 1-bedroom apartment, I had no Bible in that apartment. Now, mind you, I grew up in church, left church, didn't want nothing to do with church no more, period. I think when y'all met me, when you guys met me, I was pretty much, I was banging, I was out in the street, I was doing everything that I could possibly do that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And so my house, just to be a little bit, it's a little explicit, but my apartment that I had every day was like what you said, strippers coming in and out of the studio. That was my apartment. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like every day. And so with that being said, one day I came home from work, right? So I'm working in the day, selling drugs at night. You know what I'm saying? That was my life. You know what I'm saying? Like back and forth. So I came home one day and I'm sitting in my room and I heard out of nowhere in my spirit, God speak to me and say, go to that closet and read the Bible. I had no Bible in my house because I wanted nothing to do with God. You know what I'm saying? Period. At this point in my life. I sat there and it still felt it again, tugging on me. So I said, I walked over to the closet. I opened it. There's a Bible sitting in my closet. It's sitting there. And I'm like, how did this Bible get in my closet? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm tripping at this point. So I got the Bible out and it specifically told me to go to the book of Ecclesiastes. I went there. Mind you, at this time, I'm doing shows in the club. I'm doing all of this stuff. And it was all for an ego trip. And, you know, the money, everything, the car I was driving was for an ego trip. So I began to read Ecclesiastes from the very first book in that book of the Bible. As I'm reading it daily, each day I came home, I started finding myself thirsting to read the next chapter. So now I'm starting to read it every day when I come home from work. So slowly, I didn't even know the change that had happened. All I know is that I was thirsting more and more to read this scripture. And so I'm sitting here reading the scripture. And one day I had this one girl that I was crazy about. My wife is watching. If you're watching, baby, no trouble about it. I was crazy about it. So she came over. We started kissing. We were about to make out or whatever. And she was like, she made a noise. She was like, oh my God. And when she said that, I said, wait. Now let me rewind that. There was a CD she put on. There was a singer, I believe it was Eric Benet CD. In the middle of Eric Benet's CD, he had one song. It was love songs. So we're about to make out. She's playing this CD she put on. And he has this one song that goes, I want to dedicate this song to Jesus Christ. And blah, 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 blah. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. So I've never felt this before. But something just really disturbed my whole entire being. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wait a minute. What is that? She said, it's Eric Benet. Why are you tripping? So I was like, no, you got to turn that off. She's like, are you kidding me? I was like, no, you got to turn it off. So she turned off the CD. She came back over. She turned on something else and started playing. She came back over. We started kissing and she goes, oh God. And when she said, oh God, it felt like a fireball stung me. Like from nowhere, like it just felt like fire. And I told her, you got to leave. And that day I went cold turkey. I didn't have any more girls over at my house anymore after that day. And this was the beautiful thing. I always had said that I did not want to find Christ at church because I wanted to make sure that it was real. And so God allowed me to find him in a place where it wasn't centered around the culture of church, but it was centered around what a true experience I had with God. And so, but it all stemmed from that word that was being planted. You see what I'm saying? It's that word of God that changes everything. And so I try to stick close to the word with everything I do. And so like from that book of Ecclesiastes, it really did point me out to see that in life, it's not about anything else but what happens after this. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I'm very selfless. I really, there's not a lot of things that move me. You know what I'm saying? As far as desires, you know what I'm saying? Everything I do, I try to do to present the best message I can for people so that they can also find God. And I try to be as minute as I can be so that God can be as big as he needs to be. You know what I'm saying? But it was through that experience, man, that my entire change happened. And so now that's why I push so hard to do what I do.
Right. Yeah, that's the same thing. Like, man, I was always on money.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes 2 jobs, hustling over here, hustling over there, flipping everything I could.
Yep.
Then it's like, after a while, it's like, man, I'm doing all this. And I said, I got to get my money up. And when I think back and look back, I had more money than I can count.
Right.
I had more than what I needed.
What you needed.
And it's like, and I just stopped all that, man.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to prove to nobody.
Right.
And everything I did, I invested in myself. I
Right.
didn't look for nobody to help me or to give me anything. It's
Right.
like, because to me, money is so, people thirst for it.
Yeah.
You could buy what you want. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You
Right.
could even buy people's loyalty. You can buy people to tell on another person. You could buy whatever. And
Yeah.
to me, if money had that much power, I don't really want
Yeah.
much part of it like that.
Yeah, you know, that book of Ecclesiastes, what rocked my world was when he talked about the builder. He was like, man, he woke up every day. He built the perfect garden. He watered everything. Man, he built this thing was immaculate. You know what I'm saying? And then he died. And the person who came after him didn't do nothing that he did. They didn't even respect what he built.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was
right.
like from this point, you know what I mean? Where everything that you
matter.
put all that work, it was for nothing.
Don't
You know what I
matter.
mean? Yeah.
Don't
He was like,
matter.
oh, this is just vanity. Like, we got to leave here anyway. And it's like, man, we take so many penitentiary chances and take chances on losing our life, bro, when it's just, you know, over stuff that we can't ever own forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got one thing that we got that's going to be forever, and that's our eternal soul. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's it, man. So it's like, for me, it was a joke moment. It was really one of those moments that kind of like shook me. It rocked me, man, because like I had a lot of pride. You know what I'm saying? And really, when we start, we go back and look at this,
Be humble.
you know what I'm saying? The generation that we talked about earlier, we start thinking about that. Really, that's all they suffer from is pride. You know what I'm saying? That's really the sin of the flesh right there. Like everything that's wrapped up in it. So, yeah, man, I just hope, you know what I'm saying? I give that testimony because I hope, you know, maybe if it's a listener, you know what I'm saying, that it might, you know, help somebody else to think, you know what I mean, about what they do in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about mine. Mine was a little crazy. I ain't gonna say I chose God, I'm gonna say he chose me. The first time I really heard the voice of God, bro, I was in a strip club. And he said, "What are you doing in here?" And I'm looking around, who said that? And he said, you spending quality time in a place you don't need to be in. And when he said that, bro, I seen all the demons and all the girls in there. They just turned to demons. I got up and ran up out of there. And so I'm thinking, well, maybe I was high, maybe I was drunk. You know, I know I heard something. And then a couple of weeks later, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm driving. I'm in Liberty City in Miami, and on one of the back roads. I'm trying to roll a blunt at the same time and had a cup of Hennessy, and someone said, "Stop." I got the music playing, and it was loud. It was very loud. And I turned the music down and said, "Stop right now." So I stopped the car, and I turned the music down, rolled the window down. I'm thinking somebody hollering from outside. And next thing you know, boom, something hit the back of my car. I got my foot on the brake as hard as I can, and we just going. The car is pushing me. When I get closer, the train is coming. And we stop about 3 feet from the guardrail. This thing pushed me for about 50 feet. So I jump out the car. A big old cargo van had hit the back of my car, and the guy was fell asleep in the car. So when the highway patrolman got there, it was like, man, if you'd have went 3 more feet into that train, would have found you 3 miles down the road.
Sure.
And that was kind of like
your turning point.
Yeah, that was kind of like the turning point, and it still took a while in the process.
But that's what's that people just have to want change. You know, you don't want to keep going down the wrong path forever.
Right.
I kind of felt at that point, God, he was really trying to get my attention. Like, hey, bro, you about to really blow this. If I don't get you right now, I'm finna give up on you, son. Hey, something like that. So I just had to tighten up.
I don't mean to cut you short, but you know when Earl started doing these little helicopter motions, we gotta wrap it up. So before we get out of here, y'all shoot y'all social media out and let people know how to get in contact with you.
Absolutely, you can find me on social media, The Real Thomas Ware on Instagram. You can find me on what is that? TikTok as Thomas Ware 38. You can find me on Facebook. Thomas Ware is my regular page, and then you can also find the music page, Thomas Ware CHMG official page. That's also the page. If you want to get me online so you can book anything, it's going to be chmg.vip, www.chmg.vip.
All right, you can find me on Facebook. It's Rashard Brown, RISHARD Brown, like the color. On Instagram, it's Big Dawg, BIGDAWG 443, and on TikTok, Rashard Brown 443.
Right, everybody. Of course, you all know this your girl, Miss Tamika B, aka Naomi and Amanda's Catering. Miss Tamika B on all platforms. Book me. You think it, I make it.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Y'all can follow me on Facebook, Lamont Metcalf, Instagram, Hood Cash Radio 1, TikTok, Hood Cash Radio. Man, anything Hood Cash Entertainment or the G Spot Lounge, just Google it. And also, man, while everybody on Facebook and Instagram and everything, hey, I created a new site. It's called Clicking Up. That's CLIQUE, the letter N, UP.com. And y'all come on through, and the first 1,500 people to come through get a verification badge. All right, we out of here.
We love it.
Through competition. What is old
Got my mind on the low, bounced in the coat. I forgot about the roof every day. I'm thinking ball. I take an L rebound. Like a nigga shooting hoop. 4.6 got range like Steph. Said the right shit to her, me and her left. Her man FaceTime, I'm fucking off the FaceTime. I'ma get the bitch back before he report her as a theft. Home squad powered up, I'm feeling like Kaden. Synonymous with dope like my last name Reagan. Looking like a check, fresh off the show set. If the nigga wanna flex, I'ma get the shirt staining. Clear.